Offensively, what would you guys kind of focus on during the bye week and things you were trying to clean up?
Yeah, the first part of the week, and really most of the week was about ourselves. Going back and we do self-scout, calls, those things, but really trying to hammer the fundamentals and techniques, a lot of circuit work and things like that, just to get back in that mind frame. And we never really get away from it, but we wanted to hammer out the different things. We kind of challenge our guys too, like within the run game and the pass game, some specific things that each guy can get better at. And as a coaching staff, we've self-evaluated, especially the first three games. Definitely looked at the Air Force stuff too, but it's a little different animal. So we looked back and kind of some things that we could improve on.
Obviously, with Zeke going down, what would the extra week allow you guys to do and give some of those other guys a chance to get in there and get familiar with surroundings and things?
Yeah, I mean, it does. It allows you to, I don't want to say get ahead, but to get some much needed extra reps. I mean, when someone goes down, obviously you don't want to lose a guy like you don't want to lose anybody, but especially a guy like Zeke Noah, who's starting to play really, really well. But the guys, it's an opportunity to step up, and we have some guys that have played some ball, and so we feel good there. And then, when you're talking about your depth, then you got some guys that are going to start getting more reps, and that was a big challenge for really the whole defense and the team. Is like when those reps are available, man, you got to take advantage of them. And you can make drills and you can do all these things. You can't make them as good as a practice rep. So the challenge is, to take advantage of those things and get consistent in practice.
I know I've asked you a little bit about Louis before, but
yeah,
he goes out and gets that many tackles. Actually, it's with Zeke out, I think he's your leading active tackler. So I'm sure Evan had a nose tackle like that after a month, but
right.
What has stood out to you about what he's been able to do?
Well, with Louis, the suddenness and like the burst of the ball. I mean, a lot of those tackles, if you talk to him, he even told me even before we watched the film, he's like, man, there's some good effort. Not everything was perfect, but some really good effort. And in anything, you want to be as fundamentally and technique sound as you can, but nothing beats effort. You can make up for a lot of things with that, and that's one thing that kid for sure has. And he gets to the football, he plays with a motor. He does play with good technique too, but when you put that together, it's a special combination.
Have you ever had a defensive tackle make 16 tackles in a game before?
I cannot say that I have. No, I don't think so. I'd have to go back and look, but I think I would remember that if that was the case. No, it was unbelievable effort.
Yeah, you mentioned, there's times where he's getting off 2 cut blocks. I remember once
no doubt,
and he's still making a tackle. So.
Yeah, and really on a team like that, I mean, we talked about it going into that week. Right here, just the grind and the war that's going on inside, and to be able to do that and get off those blocks and playing with pad level and all those things, man, it's a tribute to his preparation, his mental preparation, because he's gone through some stuff, and then to just cut it loose for 4 quarters, it was impressive effort.
With obviously we mentioned Zeke going down, but with Benton and Bruno, they kind of look like the two guys are going to get the first shot there. What are you seeing from those guys and 2 former walk-ons that have obviously earned their stripes here and
right.
now are going to get a big chance?
Well, it says a lot about them right there. They're coming in as walk-ons, and one thing these guys know is they know their assignments. They're very very smart, savvy players, and the thing, Zeke had some athletic ability that put him in that position and was starting to get that. But these guys understand the game now. I mean, you go into the meeting room, they prepare with purpose. They're studying the film. They're getting ahead on things. They're asking questions, and I feel really good about where we're at with those 2 guys.
What does Benton bring to the table? What do you like about him, and maybe what does he do differently than Noah does?
Well, I mean, one thing, like I said, is I think he's a good communicator. I think he understands the defense. I think he's a kid that, again, if you walk into that room, it's a room that, I mean, you want to be on point as a coach because they know their stuff, and that's a big thing. You come in and it's a guy trying to, figure things out, then you'd be a little bit more nervous about it. But he understands the defense and he understands how to prepare. So we feel pretty good in that regard.
UNLV's running back, Charles Woolley.
Yeah.
What stands out to you about him?
He's really good. First and foremost, he's got speed to take it out to the perimeter. But one thing, I think for a guy that's not, real big in stature, he's very strong and very, very good balance. You see him bounce off tacklers and then accelerate to the perimeter. And there's a lot of times where you see good defenses chasing him. Every single game we've seen, he's had explosive plays every single game. So it starts with that guy right there. I mean, to me, you can look at records and all those things. When I watch it, I'm looking at an offense that can run the heck out of the ball, and then that sets up some things that can test you in the pass game.
Have you thought at all about maybe moving some guys around just to bolster a little bit of the depth at linebacker, which already seemed like maybe there wasn't a lot of experience
All
there?
right. You're always tinkering with those type of things. I think as coaches, I mean, you're looking at the ifs. I mean, you got to have what ifs and contingency plans that you hope you never have to use. But we've thought about it, and we've looked at some options. But right now I feel pretty good about where we're at.
With in terms of creating turnovers, and obviously we talked a little bit about that.
Yeah.
Before. Where do you feel you guys are at? Maybe a little behind pace, or and how can you get better at stuff?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're creating as many as I would like. One thing I will say is we've been pretty successful on fourth downs, which is a big deal. Especially like in the last game, that may have been the play of the game. And those are turnovers on downs, and those are big. But no, I think one thing is just capitalizing on the opportunities that you have. You can't always tell them where to throw it and those type of things, but I think we can get more. And the thing is, it's always emphasized. That's the thing. Like, you're gonna go back and emphasize it. You get those questions. Like, it's every day of our lives. I mean, they understand how many takeaways they have, how many our goal is. We are repping it in practice. We've got multiple takeaway circuits within the last week, but we're just going to keep emphasizing that's the bottom line. But guys, you talked about Louis like running the ball and getting 16 tackles, so the ball is going to come out eventually. Right. And then when the ball's in the air, we've got to go take it more often. But it all works together. The rush and the coverage working together will increase those takeaways. But no, I don't know if you ever ask me, I'll say we're on pace. Right, sure. We could have 30 already, and I don't think I'd be saying that's good enough. But it is definitely emphasized.
I know you lose a linebacker. What you might have coming back there, keep waiting